Hello again everyone, welcome back to another Mechwarrior Online video. Today is, I believe, the Blackjack, 45 tonner. The first to be added to the game, although not the last, as the Vindicator will be joining the video lineup at some point in the near future. This is the BJ3, stop sniggering. It's 4 medium lasers and 2 PPCs. Relatively straightforward build, but decent all-round effectiveness. As you can see, there's a few double heatsinks to try and deal with the heat problem. It's still an issue. Definitely one of the most effective medium mechs in the game. One of the few variants, I believe, that no single chassis outside of anything like Hero mechs has any missiles, which makes this either a ballistic boat or an energy boat. I prefer this one because of its all energy loadout, personally, although it's not the original Blackjack. It suited my needs a bit more. You see there's the Hero Blackjack there in front of me, that's the Arrow. That's a rather impressive paint scheme. I wish they'd really make these reflective paints. The cockpit of the Blackjack, you see there, is surprisingly, let's say, compact. It almost looks like you're hanging outside the mech, and the only thing that's keeping you in is that cockpit glass. It's relatively stout for its size. It's got very little stubby little legs. It's not the prettiest mech. It's definitely not the first mech you'd ever pick as something that's truly sort of badass looking on the field. But it's a very, very functional mech. It's no nonsense, and it's pretty easy to get to use. One of the main benefits of it is its high arm set, much like the Jaeger mech, which I'll be doing a video of later. The Blackjack has its arms very high up, pretty much in line with your head, so if you can see them, you can shoot them. The PPCs are a little further down in the torso. I think they're just below the cockpit, so you have to add a slight addition to any shots using those specifically when you're aiming up or trying to fire over cover. But the arms really do make it great at being able to pop out and shoot over any kind of cover that anyone might be hiding behind. And at this point, I believe we caught out an Orion. I think that somehow got there very quickly. I think in skirmish he might actually start near this location, so I think he just ran ahead of himself there, and didn't get any support from allies. Yeah, I spend a while trying to manoeuvre in this one, but I get my first hits there with the PPCs, and you can see the heat build up firing the two at once. It's not something I can do regularly. And the standard PPC for the ERs, they'd be even hotter. Down goes the Orion. Yeah, he was getting pelted with LRMs. Probably Blackjack has a few issues. It has a relatively easy left and right torso that can be blown off. They're quite distinct and obvious to see. Which means if you're running an XL engine, which I would recommend, as the mech needs all the space it can get to allow it to do or build the kind of builds you may want to put into this. It's quite possible to fit 3, maybe 4 PPCs into this build if you were that crazy, but if you just wanted that high alpha potential, it's there for you. I'm running a standard in this one because the tabletop build kind of fit perfectly for this. It's already hot enough as it is, and I think putting an XL engine doesn't really improve its chances much. The speed's pretty decent once you've got speed tweak unlocked as well, so it's no big loss in that respect. And once again, if you remember one of my previous videos, I am hidden behind this building, but it serves to be quite a good little hiding spot. And this is where the mediums can come in handy, because the PPCs are a great little suppressive device, and good for obviously hitting targets at range, but the medium lasers fire regularly enough, and without generating a massive amount of heat, that they can be useful. That's 2 climax going down very quickly there. And I think they're about to lose another one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this match is almost a complete roll. I think we might lose 1, maybe 2 of our guys, whereas they were all over the place. I don't think this was a very coordinated group. I don't think there was any clear decision being made by any one person. The drawbacks of the Blackjack, not the fastest mech out there even with an XL engine. It's as I said, the left and right torsos are pretty easy to blow off if you know where you're aiming. Its arms, although they have the advantage... Oh, overheated. Oops. Ow. Its arms are exposed, so yeah, you can shoot over terrain, but it does also make it a prime target for anyone who's firing back at you, or if you don't know where they are. It's like a double-edged sword, basically. The arms will give you that firing capability, but it also makes them a very, very easy target compared. I do like the Blackjack though, as a medium mech. I think it kind of fits all the roles quite well of a medium mech. It's good in support. It can handle its own during a fight. As you can see, the loadout is nothing to sniff at. 2 PPCs and 4 medium lasers is a butt ton of damage. I mean, you're talking what, 40 damage if you fired all the weapons at once. You'd shut down, but it's 40 damage. That's quite a lot. I think I get this dragon. Me and him have been dueling for quite a while on the map, so I think this may have had jump jets originally. If you know, just comment under there. I may have taken them out, but yeah, most Blackjacks also have jump jet capability. In battletech, it was more of an urban combat mech, so it was better used for jumping around on buildings and making quick strikes. I think certain mechs lose that functionality when it translates into this game. I think the Firestarter, obviously being built as an anti-infantry vehicle, loses that functionality. A lot of people want the urban mech, but I really think it would only work in this kind of environment where it can sort of hop around buildings, but even then it wouldn't do very quickly. But yeah, not a long video, not the most exciting video, but it's the Blackjack. Great field of view, good weapons loadout. Probably its only drawbacks is its wide side torsos and lackluster armour, I guess, for a 45 ton. It's not a huge amount. But yeah, definitely one of my favourites and a go-to mech for any team matches. But that was that match. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you around for the first of the 50 tonners.